This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, hundreds enjoy the sun and the rain and celebrate New Zealand on the grounds of Otakau Marae to celebrate Waitangi Day. Following a fatal accident in Invercargill yesterday, the Serious Crash Unit focused their forensic investigations. And Dunedin Public Hospital was partially evacuated over the weekend. Good evening, welcome to The South Today, I'm Craig Story. A little bit of rain did not dampen spirits as many hundreds of people converged on Otakau Marae for Ngāi Tahu's Treaty of Waitangi Festival. Nationhood events are held every 3 years. Waitangi events are held at the Peninsula Marae, drawing speakers from across the Ngāi Tahu province.
Amity Elif put out a karanga of welcome as many hundreds of people, tangata whenua and Pākehā from across the globe, were at Waitangi commemorations on Otakau Marae yesterday. Visitors were welcomed by Kaumātua Edward Ellison at the Pōwhiri, which involves speeches and waiata from both hosts and visitors, before a koha is offered by the visitors as a thanks for the hospitality. Māori Party co-leader Te Uruua Flavel entertained the crowd with a lively speech in an almost lampooning style, which Edward Ellison says fitted the occasion.
Well, in a way, that's what oratory is about. It's not just standing up and reciting and repeating something, but ideally you should induce a bit of humour and something different that catches people's attention and imagination, so it was brilliant.
The Kaumātua outlines why Treaty of Waitangi commemorations held by Ngāi Tahu are spread over different marae.
Well, in about 1998 we chose to commemorate Waitangi Day on an annual basis and move it around the 3 locations where the treaty was signed in 1840.
He was pleased with the many people who visited Otakau Marae yesterday, and with some outstanding speeches and lively discussions. Edward Ellison says the observance of Waitangi as a day of remembering our nation's foundations is increasing in the South. Daryl Beza, The South Today.
Name suppression has lapsed for the German national charged with the attempted murder of his girlfriend in New Zealand. 20-year-old freedom camper Jan Lucas Falke stands accused of trying to drive his van with his partner into Lake Dunstan at Italian Creek in the Cromwell Gorge on January the 22nd of this year. Subsequent charges include attempted murder, threatening to kill, assaulting a female, drink driving and driving while forbidden. Falke is expected to enter pleas at his next appearance in March. One woman has died as the result of an accident in Invercargill this morning. The crash occurred just before 9:30 a.m. and involved these 2 vehicles. The name of the deceased is Leslie John Dooley, aged 79. A 17-year-old male has been charged with driving while forbidden and failing to stop and ascertain injury in relation to the incident. He will appear in court on the 14th of February. The Serious Crash Unit are investigating. Dunedin Police have released the name of a man who was listed as missing at the weekend. 35-year-old Dunedin man Michael John Hodges. His death has been referred to the coroner as a suspected drowning. On Friday, police reported a man had not surfaced while freediving at Sandfly Bay on the Otago Peninsula. Aerial and ground searches were carried out over the weekend and the man's body was recovered on Sunday. Our thoughts are with his family this evening. Dunedin Public Hospital was partially evacuated over the weekend due to what was originally thought to be smoke. However, the fire service ascertained that an underground steam valve had failed. Roselle Labone is on the scene.
Clouds of steam were sent billowing into the streets of Dunedin. Firefighters arrived quickly on scene, but took time to ascertain the cause.
I just left the building. The alarms went off.
I was just driving down Frederick Street and I saw a bunch of smoke coming up from behind the tree, and I went and told my friends who work in the hospital and we came back to see what happened.
I'm Roselle Labone. I'm here outside the Queen Mary Maternity Ward at Dunedin Hospital. A large amount of what firefighters initially thought to be smoke was seen appearing from the windows behind me. Senior station officer from Willowbank Fire Station, Pete Douglas, says officers arrived following an alarm activation to find a valve in the hospital's basement area subground had given way. Steam, expelled from the pipes in the engineer's tower, worked its way through the hospital. Douglas says certain factors made the area a biorisk.
Somebody thought they'd smelt a bit of smoke, hence why our initial concern was fire. Upon alleviating the possibility of fire, we've gone to the next stage because there's still parts of the hospital that do have asbestos in them and it's cordoned off. We had to enter one of those areas, so because of that we have guys downstairs dressed up in what we call level 3 chemical suits, and that's why we've got this area here in case we need to decontaminate them when they come out.
Fire crews are working with the hospital and engineer for their advice, and at this stage do not expect to have to do much external decontamination.
We've discussed with the hospital about any chances of asbestos coming out with the steam. That's not the concern at all because the steam is away from the asbestos area.
The hospital was partially evacuated following the incident, and the road outside the block was closed. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today. 74 years after a wartime tragedy, answers to lingering questions are found on the other side of the world. And if you had a plane, one that you had lovingly hand-built, where would you fly to?
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Law and Arts.
Tame, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin, it works.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry. and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Got the rallies coming to stay these holidays, but the lawn's looking a mess. Call the team at Really Lawn, open right through Christmas and New Year.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garrador.
Thank you for staying with The South today. It's been 74 years, but two women finally have the answers to a family mystery, thanks to the internet. Ngaire Gardner of Dunedin sent out a message looking for information about a relative who died in a World War II bomber plane. When she found French woman Claudine Audouin, the pieces of the puzzle started falling into place.
Claudine Audouin remembers the stories from her childhood of the night a Lancaster bomber crashed over her mother's village of Montigny. But she has never known the details until now. Enter Ngaire Gardner on the other side of the world in Dunedin. Gardner's uncle George was the plane's rear gunner and one of 7 crew members killed. Gardner says the chances of finding each other were slim to none.
My father had tried to do this back in the 80s unsuccessfully, and he knew the name of the place, Montigny. So my brother emailed
to the town hall, and then the mayor didn't know what it was about, so he gave this email to a friend who's an English teacher, and then she called me and she said, I think you're the right person.
Gardner has been able to uncover more details about the identities of the other crew members who died.
It's very bittersweet, but and there's all sorts of questions about Bomber Command and what they did and the fallout from the people in France and Germany who were killed by Bomber Command. But on the other hand, they were doing the job they were sent to do.
Audouin's father was in the French resistance during World War II and survived internment at Buchenwald in Germany. She is currently travelling through New Zealand and has met other families involved in the tragedy. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Members of the Sport Aircraft Association had the Ashburton airfield buzzing with light planes recently. Most of them are home built and visit the area regularly for seminars, flying competitions and to compare notes. The Great Plains Fly-In is hosted by the Ashburton Aviation Museum, and it gives its members a chance to roll out their much-loved wings. A collection of aircraft on display includes a DC-3, an ex-RAF Harrier jump jet, what? And many more.
It's a big thing for our museum because it brings a lot of people forward, and we want as many people through our museum as we can.
Many of the members feel that any excuse for flying is a good one. Around 80 planes were due to fly in, but strong winds in the North Island and around Cook Strait delayed the arrival of some. Seriously, a jump jet? No. And after the break on The South Today, all right, hands up, who would let a falcon land on their head in the name of science? And everyone loves a hot firefighter, right?
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today. Ecgrow Tech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecgrowtech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Got the rallies coming to stay these holidays, but the lawn's looking a mess? Call the team at Really Lawn, open right through Christmas and New Year.
The University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Dane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane, fancy a little cuddle?
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity, and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Yes, sunny chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sunny chin, it works.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Larnach Castle on the peninsula is an ideal getaway, whether it's for an afternoon visit, to wander the gardens or enjoy the stunning views. Perhaps stay a while in one of our fabulous rooms overlooking the peninsula. Larnach Castle is a must-see, and you can now experience the castle's history via a self-guided tour. There's also Campus State just moments down the road and perfect for functions or your big day. Larnach Castle, just 15 minutes from downtown Dunedin.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garador.
Thank you for choosing the South today. Letting a falcon land on your head to capture it is one of the fun parts of a 3-year study being undertaken by a Massey PhD student. She's looking at rare bird species living in working forestry environments, and the study aims to help them coexist into the future.
Wearing a funny hat to catch birds is all in a day's work for this falcon researcher. She's capturing falcons in forestry, identifying them and following their breeding season. 12 nests have been discovered since the study began and are revealing answers.
To my knowledge, nothing to do with coastal or inland or whatever. Wherever they find food, they stay there.
After forests are clear-cut, the open areas provide food. Trees nearby give them vantage points to hunt.
Also, they like to nest nearby mature trees because they can see any intruders come to the nest. They, just to keep an eye on those.
Populations of falcons seem to be declining due to loss of habitat. Next year, the study will involve finding out whether the tagged birds stay in the same area. The research may extend to attaching transmitters to the birds to track their movements. Dee Karen, The South Today.
Cool job. Firefighting teams from Kaitangata and Mossburn will represent the South at national competitions in Northland next month. The teams were the winning combinations taking part in the United Fire Brigades Association competition in Wanaka at the weekend. 80% of New Zealand's fire service is made up of volunteers. Competitions are considered a good way for firefighters to hone their absolutely essential skills. Let's recap tonight's top stories on The South Today. Waitangi Day was commemorated at the Kao Marae yesterday with many hundreds of people welcomed on to one of the 3 marae where the treaty was signed. One person has died in an accident at Invercargill that happened just before 9:30 this morning. The serious crash unit are investigating. And Dunedin Public Hospital was partially evacuated over the weekend due to what was originally thought to be smoke. However, the fire service discovered it was just steam. All right, Dave Cannon's here, so tell us all about what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, Dave.
Some steam there. Yeah, well, we've got all the news. It's fit to print, of course. And the big news, if you're a sports fan and a Highlanders fan, is that Ben Smith apparently is not going to France. The Pride of Greenhill Islanders staying in Dunedin to play for the Highlanders, also to play for the All Blacks. There's been a lot of speculation about that over the last few months, I guess.
Oh, celebrate.
Ben has come out and said he's not going. So
I'll celebrate local sports team.
I knew you'd be excited about
Yes,
that.
I am.
I'm very excited, yes. We've got another story on the Aurora Energy Delta pole business.
Yes. Is it too early to use the word debacle?
No, I guess you could use debacle. Delta probably wouldn't appreciate that.
No,
It's certainly been a saga, hasn't it, anyway?
Saga, yes.
So we've got another development there, which we're chasing up tomorrow. Really interesting story. We had a wee story a while ago saying that the council were looking to ban drones flying over the beaches of Aramoana and Tairoa Head. Apparently now the council's looking at bringing in tough new rules for people riding their horses on the beaches.
Horses now?
Horses now, yeah. Which we expect could cause some interest tomorrow. They're proposing to restrict horses to thin strips of sand between dunes and high water marks at 4 beaches around Dunedin. So there was likely to be a fair bit of outcry about that one, I would have thought.
It would be an interesting
A fair
protest.
few horses get trained by harness racing guys on the beaches as well too. So we'll have a good look at that tomorrow. Sammy's has been sold, as you know. There's we're down there this afternoon looking. They've got a lot of old stuff there which is going to be sold lock, stock and barrel. So we'll have some stories about that.
Oh, interesting.
Waka White School went to the community board today to get some money for their underfunded school for teaching kids maths, which is a bit different.
Essential.
Yeah, well, yeah. And we've got a story about a young Central Otago couple who won $18 million on Lotto at the weekend. So they'll be the envy of everybody, I guess, in our area. $18 million, it's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably change their lives, you think?
Yes, it would. It would change your life.
Indeed. And the Wash column tomorrow, we're looking at stories about smoke alarm batteries that go off at the middle of the night, which is everyone's nightmare, of course, isn't it? Especially when it's not for the reasons that you'd expect.
Dave Cannon, tomorrow's ADT. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
See you again. Time now to have a look at tomorrow's weather. Good news.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sportsville.
In the Southern View, high speed, downtown, maybe your kid is in the shop. Starting to look at, the situation. A cold southwesterly airflow is all across the country. Showers and chill winds are ahead. They will slowly clear. Milder conditions approach on Thursday. That's a big anticyclone. It's parked, but very changeable conditions. And all across the south, everywhere we look, it is light southwesters becoming fine. 14 degrees is your rough average. You could expect anything up to 18 if the sun is baking you, because that's what it's going to be doing. Right up into the central, Alex, Queenstown, Taona and light southerly. Somewhere someone is going to pay $6 for a flat white and enjoy themselves in the mid-centre. That's true. Off to the north now, Oamaru, Omarama, Timaru and Twizel. Light to moderate sou'westers becoming fine 14, 15, 16. You could probably expect 18 actually if you're lucky. In Dunedin tonight, a little bit of cloud. We can expect an overnight low of 8. I would actually say it's about 9 or 10, but tomorrow we can look at changeable conditions, a few light showers, but mostly sunny conditions. 13 and 9 are your numbers. And for Thursday, breezy cool nor'easters arrive, and 12 and 15. In Invercargill tonight, showers clearing, 7. Tomorrow, generally fine, sunny periods increasing, sou'westers easing. We're looking at, that's actually not 4, it is actually going to be 9. 9 and 13, and on Thursday, sun, fun and moderate northerlies, 11 and 17. I'm going to call it at 19 because I'm actually promoting that it's summertime. And on behalf of the good men and women, the hard-working team here at the South today, it is my privilege. I'm Craig Story. Good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.